Rich Dad Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki, is one of the most influential personal finance books, focusing on financial literacy, wealth-building principles, and the mindset that separates the rich from the poor. Kiyosaki explores his own experiences growing up with two father figures, his biological father, the poor dad, and his best friend's father, the rich dad, and compares their financial philosophies and practices. Through these stories, Kiyosaki teaches readers about money, investing, and financial independence. Below is a comprehensive breakdown of the main ideas in the book. A Tale of Two Dads. The book opens by introducing the two father figures in Kiyosaki's life. Poor Dad. His biological father, highly educated, working hard for a steady salary, yet financially struggling. Rich Dad. His best friend's father, a businessman who doesn't have formal education but understands money, investing, and entrepreneurship. This figure demonstrates the wealth-building strategies that contrast the traditional way of thinking about work and money. Kiyosaki claims that many people are financially illiterate, and this lack of education often leads to a cycle of financial struggle. The purpose of the book is to help readers understand the differences in mindset and financial behavior between the rich and the poor. The main principles. The book's core message revolves around 6 key principles that Kiyosaki believes everyone should adopt in order to achieve financial independence and wealth. These principles are: Number 1. The rich don't work for money. One of the most significant lessons Kiyosaki learned from his rich dad was that the wealthy don't work for money. Instead, they make money work for them. This involves understanding how money works and investing it in assets that generate cash flow. On the other hand, poor dad works hard for a paycheck and spends it on liabilities, which only leads to a cycle of working for money and never getting ahead financially. Number 2. Why teach financial literacy? The concept of financial literacy is key to the book. Kiyosaki argues that financial education is more valuable than academic education when it comes to building wealth. Financial literacy involves understanding the difference between assets and liabilities and focusing on acquiring assets, things that put money in your pocket, while minimizing liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket. Poor Dad emphasized academic success but lacked understanding of how money works, leading to financial struggles despite a high-paying job. Number 3. Mind your own business. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of owning your own business or investments. Instead of working for others, focusing on creating streams of passive income from investments, real estate, stocks, and other ventures can help build long-term wealth. Kiyosaki encourages people to build and manage their own businesses or side projects. This principle emphasizes the importance of financial autonomy rather than relying on a single source of income. Number 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. Rich Dad Poor Dad explains how the rich use corporations to protect their wealth and minimize taxes. Kiyosaki educates readers about the tax advantages of owning a corporation and how the wealthy use it as a vehicle to manage their finances. The book goes on to explain how the tax code is written in a way that rewards business owners and investors, while employees working for wages are taxed at higher rates. Number 5. The rich invent money. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the wealthy do not simply work for money, but they create opportunities that generate wealth. Rather than relying solely on traditional investment vehicles, rich people are innovative, looking for ways to leverage their money and resources. They think creatively and invest in things that have the potential for significant returns. This principle focuses on the importance of thinking outside the box and finding new, innovative ways to create wealth. Number 6. Work to learn. Don't work for money. One of the key lessons Kiyosaki learned from his rich dad was the importance of continuous learning. The rich focus on acquiring knowledge and skills that allow them to build wealth. Instead of working simply for money, Kiyosaki stresses that it's important to seek out work that helps you learn, grow, and develop new skills. These skills can then be used to further build assets and financial independence. The cash flow quadrant. Kiyosaki introduces the cash flow quadrant, a framework that describes the four types of people in the world of work and money. 1. Employee, works for a paycheck and depends on a boss for income. 2. Self-employed, works for themselves, but often ends up working long hours and trading time for money. 3. Business owner, owns a system that works for them and can scale. The money works for them rather than the other way around. 4. Investor, has money working for them through investments in real estate, stocks, or other ventures. Investors accumulate assets that generate income passively. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of moving from the E and S quadrants to the B and I quadrants in order to achieve financial freedom. The rich typically start as employees or self-employed individuals but gradually transition to becoming business owners and investors. Mindset shift. The poor versus the rich. Throughout the book, Kiyosaki contrasts the mindsets of the rich and poor. He shows how the rich take calculated risks, invest in assets, and think long-term. In contrast, the poor and middle class tend to focus on job security, rely heavily on earned income, and avoid risks. Kiyosaki argues that this difference in mindset is one of the main reasons why the wealthy continue to grow their wealth while others remain financially stagnant. The importance of assets over liabilities. One of the most significant ideas in the book is the distinction between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki explains that assets put money into your pocket, while liabilities take money out. For example, assets: rental properties, stocks, bonds, intellectual property, businesses that provide passive income. Liabilities: personal residences unless they generate rental income, car loans, credit card debt, consumer goods that depreciate. Kiyosaki advocates that people focus on acquiring income-generating assets, as they are the key to achieving financial independence. Many people, according to Kiyosaki, mistakenly believe their homes are assets when, in reality, they are liabilities because they require maintenance and mortgage payments that drain money from their pockets. Overcoming obstacles and fear. Kiyosaki also addresses the psychological barriers that often prevent people from achieving financial success. These obstacles include fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. The book suggests that overcoming these mental blocks is essential for achieving financial freedom. It is important to have the courage to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. The fear of losing money often holds people back from making sound investment decisions, but Kiyosaki encourages readers to embrace failure as part of the learning process. The role of sales and marketing skills. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of sales and marketing skills. The ability to sell, whether it's products, services, or ideas, is a key factor in building wealth. He suggests that developing these skills can help individuals in all aspects of life, whether it's in business, investments, or even personal relationships. The rich know how to sell themselves, their ideas, and their ventures, which is an essential part of their wealth-building strategies. Investing in real estate. A substantial portion of the book discusses real estate as a powerful vehicle for wealth building. Kiyosaki argues that real estate is one of the best investment strategies for creating passive income. He explains how leveraging debt, using other people's money to finance properties, can help individuals build wealth without needing large amounts of capital upfront. The book outlines how to assess potential real estate investments, the importance of cash flow, and how to structure deals. Getting started. In the final sections of the book, Kiyosaki provides actionable advice for readers looking to take the first steps towards financial independence. This includes tips on how to build a financial education, start small with investments and gradually build up assets, find mentors and learn from those who have succeeded, set goals and take consistent, deliberate actions to achieve them. Becoming financially independent. The book concludes with a call to action. Kiyosaki urges readers to break free from traditional thinking about money, embrace financial education, and focus on creating passive income streams. He emphasizes that anyone can achieve financial independence if they change their mindset, take calculated risks, and invest wisely. In summary, Rich Dad Poor Dad provides a blueprint for achieving financial freedom by shifting one's mindset, focusing on acquiring assets, and continually learning about money and investments. Kiyosaki's ideas challenge conventional wisdom about work, money, and wealth building, urging readers to take control of their financial destinies rather than relying on a paycheck or job security.